So yesterday we told that I will be discussing regarding the systems of bearings. Okay. So which are the systems of bearings? Two systems are there: whole circle bearing, or it is called as azimuthal bearing and azimuthal system, and quadrantal bearing or reduced bearing. Okay. So this is related with true bearing. Don't forget this name, azimuthal. Okay. So clockwise from north it is taken. Okay. So this is if this angle I want to measure, this is my north. Okay, so I will measure from here and I will take the angle. If this is from here, I will take from the north, then I will come here and then the angle. If this angle I have to measure, same from the north, I will take a round in the clockwise direction, then I will reach here. This much angle is taken. So if it is from here also, from here take the clockwise round and I will take the angle measurement. This is the way we are doing. Actually we will be studying some included angle calculation also from here after this. Next, quadrantal bearing or reduced bearing system. Here means if this is the angle, if this line I want to measure, this is north, this is south. So I will take which is near, north or south. North is near, so I will take the angle east, the direction and anti-clockwise or clockwise, both we can take from the north or south. So this angle, so if it is this, I will take in a anti-clockwise direction from north. If this is the line, from here. If this is the line, from here. This is the way of measuring the quadrantal bearing. And 0 to 90 degree is the angle between, and surveyor's compass is used here, and in whole circle bearing prismatic compass is used, which is very important points are discussed here. All can be asked as each MCQs. When a line points towards north or east or west, we can say that it is due north, due east, due south, due west respectively. Okay. So if it is due north, we can write as north 0 degree. If it is due east, we can write it as, because it is coming in north, south, east now, east and west. So as it is no east, we can say it as north 90 degree east or south 90 degree east. In both ways we can write. If it is due south, what we can say, south 0 degree. But if it is due west, same way we can write north 90 degree west, okay, or south 90 degree west. Understand by this only. Due west means north 90 degree west and also south 90 degree west. That means from north also 90 degree, from south also 90. Same way is applicable to north also, east also. So this is very important really. Next question, forebearing and back bearing. Okay, so if this is the line, survey line, this is my point A and this is B. Okay, so if I am considering it as the north, south, east, west, from the north, if I am marking the where, because we studied already what is bearing, means from the meridian, which meridian is the standard, from there to the survey line, what is the angle, that is called the bearing. So this is what the direction of progress of survey, because AB it is going, so progress of survey, this is called the forebearing. And from this point, if we want to look backward from the north, if we are looking backward to this point, that means the opposite direction, that bearing is called the back bearing. Every time you can see that it is a straight line. Okay, so each angle will be 180 degree, that you know. So in the whole circle bearing, the back bearing will be always forebearing plus or minus 180 degree. Okay, so when is plus used? If forebearing is lesser value than 180, if suppose if it is 60 degree, so it means that 180 ka less hai, so what we can do, we can add 180. Okay, so that back bearing will be what, 240. If forebearing is, suppose if it is greater than, give any value, that if it is 190 degree. Okay, so what will be the back bearing? So you understood, okay, it is greater than 180. So what we can do, we can subtract 180 from it. So 190 minus 180 will be what, 10 degree. So this is the way we have to find out back bearing and forebearing in whole circle bearing system. Okay, so every time in whole circle bearing system, the difference between back bearing and forebearing will be 180. And how plus and minus come, it depends on less than 180 we have to add, greater than 180 we have to less. Whatever, if you want to find back bearing and forebearing both also, which value is given in whole circle bearing, we have to directly add or subtract and we will get the answer directly. In quadrantal bearing system, if forebearing is north 40 degree east, back bearing will be the just opposite. The angle will be same every time. You don't want to worry about anything because it is quadrantal bearing and the angle will be always less, between 90 degree, less than 90 degree. So north will become south and east will become west. Every time, if west is there, west will become east and south will become north. This is the way of doing it. It is very simple actually. Next is calculating the bearing from angles. Closed traverse. If clockwise interior angle is there, if closed traverse means if this is closed traverse, okay, closed traverse. So clockwise interior angles. So clockwise means what this? From this way, the interior angle. So you have to measure the interior angle. So from each traverse we have to run. If the traverse is running in the anti-clockwise direction, the interior angle will be calculated by clockwise direction. Bearing of any angle will be bearing of the preceding plus the included angle. Okay, so bearing of preceding means, suppose if this, okay, so what we will do, which is the preceding, that means this, bearing of the preceding plus the included angle, it will be the bearing of any line. And if we are doing, when we do the calculation at that time, it will be very clear to you. And if the sum is greater than 180, we can deduct 180. Sum is less than 180, we can add 180. Similar to that, we have studied just now in forebearing and back bearing system. Magnetic compass is directly gives the magnetic bearings. We don't want to calculate anything there. Dip and local attraction. First we can study local attraction, because just now only we have studied that back bearing minus forebearing will always be 180. But if some cases, if it is not equal to 180 degree, we have to understand that there is some magnetic influence is there in that area. That is why some deviations occurred, okay, from the normal position. So at that time it will not be equal to 180 degree. And which are the things which influence steel or nickel objects, electric poles, transmission lines, etc. will influence the magnetic attraction. That process is called the local attraction. And which are not affected is called the keychain, steel buttons, steel pens. These both can be asked in as different MCQs, which affect and which are not affecting. Next is dip. So whenever a horizontal and magnetic fixed lines before the magnetization remains fixed position, but after magnetization what will happen? There will be some inclination. That inclination is called the dip. Okay, every time it will be a constant value, but what every time means if it remain in a line, but due to some influence what will happen? It can divert from the original position. That inclination is called the dip, and it is not at all a constant value. It is 0 degree at equator and 90 degree at the poles. Very, very important question. Every time it can be asked in the question. Next are the variation. We have studied that Mariners called declination as the variation. 4 types are there. Diurnal variation. Every time it can be asked in as MCQs. All are very, very important portion. Variation in a day is called diurnal variation. And more day is there and less night is there. This also can be asked. More at the magnetic poles and less at the equator. More at summer and less at winter. Changes from year to year. Here annual variation means over a period of year we are calculating. Secular variation means for over a period of 250 years approximately. Okay, it follows a sine curve pattern, and this is called, it move like pendulum, and this sine curve is called the roller coaster model, and it is most important in the work of a surveyor. Irregular variation means due to magnetic storm, earthquake, solar influences, it will affect the variation. That is called the irregular variation. We cannot predict how much amount or how much it will be. That is why it is irregular variation. Next, more differences between, this is very, very important question. It can be asked in gate examination also. Very important question. Bearing. We know that in whole circle bearing prismatic compass is used, and in quadrantal bearing system surveyor's compass is used. That is also important question. Graduations in prismatic compass is, it is inverted because we see them through a prism. Okay, so those who have done in the practical field, they might knowing it. We have already done in the surveyors practical classes also. And in surveyor's compass it is erect, graduations are erect. And in scale it is free float scale, it is seen in prismatic compass, and it is attached to the box in case of surveyor's compass. Sighting as object and taking bearing, it can be done both simultaneously, we can do in prismatic compass, but in surveyor's compass, sighting we have to do first, then the surveyor read the northern end of the needle. Then tripod, it is not essential in case of prismatic compass, but it is essential in case of surveyor's compass. Adjustments of prismatic compass, this also can be asked. Temporary adjustments are there and permanent adjustments. Temporary adjustments means in every step of the surveying we have to use it. Centering, leveling and focusing, because from each point, if you are moving to the next point, we have to use it. Centering means we have to keep exactly above the correct position by adjusting the leg of tripod and plumb bob. And leveling means tripod and ball and socket joints, ball and socket are there, we have to adjust accordingly. Focusing prism means we have to place a white paper in front and we have to adjust the lines, we have to see it clear. And permanent adjustments means if it is disturbed, the whole parts will be disturbing. As I said, some included angles we have to find, which cases how we can find. Okay, so first I am talking about whole circle bearing. Okay, this is north, south, east, west position. Okay, this is my first line and this is my second bearing. Okay, so I have to find the included angle between my first bearing and my second bearing. So suppose this angle is theta 1, because whole circle bearing means every time it is calculated from the true north. So from here to here it is theta 2. So what will be the included angle theta? From this point, from this figure only you understood that it is the greater angle minus the less angle. You will get theta 2 minus theta 1 will be the whole circle bearing included angle. Next question, if it is, if this is theta 2 and here it is theta 1. So from here we know that it is similar to that of the forebearing and back bearing. That means the included angle will be 180 degree. That means the difference will be 180 degree. Okay. So every time the included angle between these two will be 180 degree plus theta 1 minus theta 2. Understood? That means from here to here it will be what? Already from here to here we know that the difference is 180 degree. That means theta 1 plus 180 degree will be this angle. Okay, so total 180 degree plus theta 1 is this angle. Out of it, if we subtract this theta 2, we will get this included angle. Okay. Next, in case of quadrantal bearing, these are just roughly I am doing. But when we come to the examination, some problems if we are discussing at that time, we can discuss it clearly. So this is theta 1 and this is theta 2. In this case also same way, like because it is first quadrant, so it is theta 2 minus theta 1. But if it is theta 1 in this and theta 2 in fourth quadrant, okay, at this time what will be the included angle? Theta 1 plus theta 2. But in this case this is theta 1 and in this case this is theta 2, because from here, but we have to find this included angle. So this will be what? 180 degree minus of theta 1 plus theta 2. We have to take this away, then only we will get this included angle. Okay, so total is 180 degree, that you know. And the last type of included angle we can measure is when one is in first quadrant and other is in third quadrant. Okay, third quadrant. So what will be that angle? So we have to find this included angle. Okay, that means total we know that from 180 degree you have to subtract this theta 1. So we will get this whole from 180 degree. If you subtract this theta 1, we will get only from till here angle. Then we want this whole angle now, so we have to add theta 2 also. Then we will get the included angle. So thank you everyone for watching, and next video we will be discussing the further problems on chain surveying, which is very relevant topic in GATE examination point of view as well as PSC examination. So please do watch all the videos till the end, because in each and every session I am adding and including very relevant topics. And please do subscribe the channel if you haven't done till now, and please do support and share it, and please click the bell icon nearby the subscription for getting the upcoming notifications. So let's meet tomorrow. Have a nice day.